Good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I'm gonna give you guys a chance to come into the conversation. I want to start the day off also by taking a second to give a round of applause for Black people. Black people, we are the greatest people in the world. We are the original man. We are the leaders of pretty much everything that we decide to lead. We are great when we choose to be. We are pretty much unstoppable. It's up to us to decide when that's going to happen. So let's make sure that as Black people, we are unstoppable every day of the week, and twice on Sundays, and that you can be 100% Black, 100% unapologetic, and live your life to the fullest. Now, do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button, share button, and subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. Please hit the thumbs up button. Also, shout out your city. Shout out your city that you're chiming in from. Maybe shout out your business or shout out your dream. What's going on, G Bizzle? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you from California. Okay, excellent, excellent. All right. So let me just hop into the conversation, and then some of you will still be coming in as we get started. And remind you guys, if you want to get a text notification when I go live periodically, there's a couple ways you can get notifications. YouTube does not send out notifications to everybody, but if you like this podcast and you want to be notified whenever I go live, you can hit the notification bell. You can go to drboycetv.com and just hit the little notification bell, and it'll let you know every time I go live. Now, mind you, I go live about 3 or 4 times a day. I put up videos constantly, but if you want to be notified every time I put up a video or go live, just hit that notification bell, or you can text the word Boyce to 31996. Text Boyce to 31996. What's going on? Detroit Flow Investments. Okay, excellent. Jacksonville. All right, what other cities we got? Shout out your city here. Let me see here. Good morning, DDS. Oh, William says good morning to DDS. Well, good morning to both of y'all, actually. Inglewood. Every time I hear Inglewood, I feel like I gotta say Inglewood. Dallas, Brooklyn. Don't forget the All Black National Convention is going to be not in Dallas, but actually in Houston on September 27th. You should come out. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a gathering of Black people who care about the Black community, who want to have panels and discussions on everything from Black relationships to Black men and Black women to politics to entrepreneurship to wealth building to investing. Everything you want to cover, everything that matters when it comes to being Black, we cover all that at the All Black National Convention. We're very solution oriented. I'm a mathematician, and as a mathematician, we solve problems. That's what we do. So I'm also going to be in Louisville, Kentucky in a week on the 14th. And then New York City on the 27th. So if you'd like to come to any of those events, they're all different events, and you can learn more about them. Just go to drboyceseminars.com. That's drboyceseminars.com. Please hit the thumbs up button. I see Papo is from Vegas. Good to see you. Okay, so let me jump into the conversation quickly for the Negroes. They have short attention spans because we got short attention span Negroes that pop in every now and then. I want to make sure that they get what they need. So before they Ritalin stops kicking in. All right, so here's the deal. There's this thing. I was talking to somebody about this not too long ago, and it has to do with a lot of anxiety a lot of people feel, particularly as it pertains to social media. I don't know if y'all know, but social media anxiety is a real thing. There are real people who feel real stress and real tension over what they see on social media because they feel like they have to keep up with the Joneses. You know, you see your friends online, they look like they balling, they look like their relationship is wonderful, they look like they're happy all the time, they look like they're always doing everything. They're mountain climbing, riding elephants, hunting sharks, like all kinds of shit. And you're like, damn, my life sucks because I just work at the post office. I ain't shit, right? And I'm gonna tell you what that does is that actually leads to a tremendous amount of depression if you're not careful. That can lead to a lot of anxiety. It can lead to a lot of unhappiness. And so what I really want to encourage you to do is let that shit go. Just let it go right now today. Comparing yourself to other people is a key to extreme unhappiness. Social media opens the door for people to do that, and they end up looking around and seeing what other people got going on, and it just makes you feel worse and worse and worse about your life. And so what I would say is that if it doesn't bother you, like if you just like to see what people are up to and you're genuinely happy for them, then I say, do what you do. Continue to be you. I'm not going to stop you from any of that. But if you find yourself feeling, and only you know this, only you will admit to this, right? Most of us don't admit to these things. But if you find yourself feeling a little bit of haterology, a little player haterism, or if you find yourself, trying to change your behavior so you can match and keep up with what somebody else got. They buy a new car, so you feel like you got a new car. You know how people do that stupid humble brag where they take a picture in front of a Mercedes and they hashtag blessed. like blessed. God has really blessed me this year. Come on, man, that's the dumbest shit ever, right? You really want everybody to know you got a Mercedes, or if you take a picture. Another funny thing is like I'll see women take pictures with where it's like from behind, so you'll definitely see their behind. You'll see their butt. Like to me, it's kind of like it's showing that you kind of want attention, and it's fine. I mean, people do that, whatever. But I would almost say, at the end of the day, don't compare yourself to other people, because you don't know. First of all, you don't know what they're going through. They don't know what you're going through, right? You're racing, but you're running on different tracks, on different fields. Your terrain might be rough and ragged. Their terrain might be nice and smooth and downhill, or vice versa. You also don't know the complications, that exist in their situation. A lot of people, I'm gonna tell you one example, Instagram flexing. Got a whole lot of loudmouth Negroes running around here doing Instagram flexing, like this guy I talked about last night on drboycetv.com, where he was scamming women out of money in online dating. Did y'all see that? Anybody see that? Tell me if you saw that story. But there was a brother who scammed women, mostly black women, I believe, but I think probably got some white women in there too, because they got money like that, I guess. And he was basically, pretending to fall in love with them and taking all their money. And he's taking these pictures on Instagram with, bricks of money. Like, like how like our culture is so backward in certain ways, where you got 35, 40-year-old men acting like teenagers, right? Which, you're acting like children, like you're little boys, but they don't understand. They think that's cool. So he's taking pictures with bricks of money and pretending that it's a cell phone. But the thing here's the thing so if you see that and you think he's legit, like he's really running a business, he's really out here just getting it in, he's a lawyer or something, then you're going to compare yourself. You're going to say, well, dang, I got this. I work at Wendy's, like I can't take pictures with bricks of money on Instagram. But you don't understand, this man's an inch away from a prison cell, right? You don't understand, like that could be fake money. Did y'all know you can go to New York and buy fake money? Like that, a lot of the rappers that you see throwing money in the air, pretend like they're doing so good. Pay attention now. I mean, you ever see a rapper? Yes or no? Yes or no? Has anybody ever seen where you see a rapper who has never had a hit song ever, and they're throwing money around? Like, do you ever think about that? Do people connect the dots? I mean, so he could be slanging dope, in which case that's one example of where things are happening behind the scenes that you don't want to be a part of. You don't want no parts of that, right? Or it's fake money. A lot of times it really is fake, and the fake money looks like real money. There are other people who will get money off their credit card, or it's not even their money. It's the bank's money. It's debt. Right? People can floss with debt all day long. There are people that got fancy cars on debt. They got money in their pocket on debt. They got nice clothes on debt. And so they end up showing up to you. And if you don't understand money and how money works, then you really will be thinking that they're doing good, because they are putting up a Wizard of Oz type of shit on you, and you don't even know the difference. A lot of women get fooled like that. I'm just telling y'all, because women tend to be attracted to men. They got, big bank and all that. A lot of these dudes, most of the guys I know, let me just say this, most men I know, most people, period, that are really doing well, that really are doing well, ain't really loud about it. They're very subtle about it. And many of the people that are doing well, who feel good about themselves, don't feel the need to wear their wealth. Like the billionaire. Was anybody here when the billionaire Mike Roberts came onto the channel? He was speaking to our students in the Black Business School. Mike Roberts, who's a legit billionaire, he said something that was really interesting. He said he actually made the difference between rich and wealthy, but I would say the difference between truly wealthy and fake wealthy, right? Fake wealthy people, but basically he said rich people scream and wealthy people whisper. Rich people scream, wealthy people whisper. People that really got wealth ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. They don't always want you to know about their wealth. They don't want you to know about their secret club and their secret meetings where they're getting together to talk about all the things they're going to do to take over the world. They don't even want you to even know that you should want to be a part of their group. So they'll go out of their way to make sure you don't even know the fucking group exists. So they don't want to be part of the unknown. They want to be part of the unknown. Like, not only do you not know what we're doing, but you don't even know that we're doing something that you know nothing about. Right. So ultimately, there's a way people that are really doing well carry themselves, and I think a lot of people don't get that. So they fall for it when they see a rapper with, a big stack of money or whatever. That's like something like, that's almost like what I call economic immaturity. because only like a 9-year-old would be impressed with that. Like a 9-year-old would be like, ooh, look at all that money, right? Or a person who maintains the financial literacy of a 9-year-old is going to be impressed when a guy shows up with a stack of cash. He's at the club, he's throwing it around. But a person who's really thoughtful, who also can think strategically, will be thinking, if you're throwing all your money away, then you probably won't have much money. Like, because people that build wealth tend to preserve their wealth. That's one of the #1 rules of wealth building, is preserve your capital. So if you're throwing all your money away, that's the easiest way to tell me that you're either on your way to being broke, or if one thing changes in your life where your income streams get shut off, you're going to be destitute again. Right. So basically, what I would just say is a lot of people are out here faking. A lot of people are out here getting depressed, trying to keep up with the fakers. It's like young girls trying to keep up with magazine models that are using Botox and Photoshop to look good. Like you should not compete with something that is not real. Do not try to compete with an illusion, because you will lose every time. Do not compete with a fantasy. You will lose every time. And so, when you do your thing, if you find that looking at what people are doing on social media bothers you, then don't look at social media. Or if somebody is doing stuff and you feel competitive with that person, unfollow that person, so that you don't have to see what they're doing and you don't care what they're doing. Do your best to learn how to wish them well, because it's an abundance world anyway. Their success is not going to impact your success. Their failure does not impact your failure. But what happens is the human brain, we tend to look at things in a relative context. There's a study that actually shows that people feel better about the money they have if all their friends have less money than them. Let me repeat that there's a study that shows that people tend to feel better about the money they have when their friends have less money than they do. Did y'all know that? That's a legit thing, right? It's like I feel tall because everyone around me is short. But if everyone around me is tall, I'm going to feel short, right? So a lot of people will deliberately hang around broke people so they can feel like they're doing well. Well, that ain't a healthy way to get ahead. That's an illusion. That is a complete illusion. So don't live your life based on illusions. Live your life based on reality. Basic stuff. Be a good person. Help people as much as possible, because their prosperity can only help your prosperity. Number 2, work as hard as you can every day. Whatever your dream is, focus on it, work toward it. You're going to make progress. You're going to be successful. Let me see. Number 3, try not to get caught up in paying too much attention to what other people are doing, because it'll just drive you nuts. Like just don't do that. The other thing too is this is kind of connected to that, is stop worrying about what other people think. What other people think really doesn't matter. It matters. It means the world to us, but it really means nothing. It means the world to us, but it really means nothing, right? So let me give you an example. There might be, okay, here you go. I'll give you a real life example. This is embarrassing. 20-something years ago, there was this girl, and I thought about dating this girl, but I didn't feel comfortable dating this girl because this girl had dated a friend of mine. And so I was sitting there and I knew the girl liked me, but I never really made a move because I didn't feel like it was right for me to date this girl. So one day I'm talking to my friend's mother. They had already broken up. The relationship was long gone anyway, but I still was like, nah, I can't mess with that. So his mother is like, I could tell she likes you. Why don't you date her? And I was like, because I can't date her. She dated my friend. Like, that ain't right. And she said, he's gone. He don't care. It don't matter. Go ahead. You should go ahead and date her. So I went ahead and I dated her, right? And I was in a relationship with this woman for a while, and it ended. It ended when it ended, right? You can't marry everybody. And then one day, I'm not kidding. One day, the same lady says to me, the lady who told me to date this girl says, well, I didn't think it was a good idea for y'all to be together anyway. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I thought that was a bad idea. I said, but you were the one who told me it was okay to date her. Like, you were the one who told me, and she's like, I never would say that. And so literally think about this. I spent 3 years of my life following through with a choice that was influenced by somebody who ain't living my life. They didn't have to spend 1,247 days in a relationship with this woman, or whatever the number was, right? But people will do that. People will tell you, oh, you shouldn't be a doctor. You should be an accountant. And because you respect that person, you'll be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll go be an accountant. And then you're spending the next 10 years in a career that you really wouldn't have chosen for yourself because somebody literally made a 1-sentence remark to you that stuck with you and affected you and changed your thinking. You can't do that. You can't let other people's statements shift your entire life trajectory. They're not living your life. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you want. They don't know nothing about you. And so, I'll tell you what, if I've learned, if you really, if one thing I can teach you about, it's about learning how to not give a fuck about what other people think. Because believe me, when you on the internet and I'm talking to a million black people a week and all this other stuff, I get opinions from everywhere. Everybody got something to say about something to say, right? Even when I proposed to Alicia, I had a lot of people say, "Well, Doc, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that." Or Doc was, that was great, that was bad. I didn't like this, I didn't like that. And the best response that I'm able to give most of the time is I don't give a fuck. Like that's your life. You live your life. If you think that's a good idea, you go do it. People did that. Like people used to do that with Alicia. They'd be like, you like this girl. Well, when you gonna marry her? You need to go ahead and marry her. I'm like, well, no, I'm gonna marry her when I feel like marrying her. Like you're not going to pressure me into shit because I'm not gonna live my life based on your advice. You live your life based on your advice. I'll live my life based on my advice. There is a corporation called Boyce Watkins Life LLC, and I am the CEO, chairman of the board, senior manager, and middle manager, and lower level manager of this company, and I make all decisions up in this motherfucker. At the end of the day, all the best you can ever be is perhaps an advisor who can share information. I am not going to change my life trajectory because somebody happened to walk by and made a flippant remark about what I should do with my life. Do not do that. That will lead to unhappiness. You will always, one guarantee for unhappiness is when you spend your life living somebody else's life. So those are the two lessons for today that I want to throw out there. I hope that this helps somebody. One, stop worrying about what other people think. And two, stop comparing yourself to other people. It will only lead you to misery. Okay. So anyway, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to make a call into the show, and I read off the voicemails when I do a segment called Voice Your Opinion. You can actually find it on my YouTube channel. And so the number is 773-302. 0414 773-302-0414. Somebody please type that in 773-302-0414, because somebody always comes back later and says, what's that number again? So if somebody typed it in, that really helps me. Also, if you want to come to the All Black National Convention, all you have to do is go to drboyceseminars.com. That's drboyceseminars.com. Please do that. That is where you can find out about the Louisville event. You can find out about the All Black National Convention in Houston, and then also the New York event, which is going to be really awesome too. And also, if you want your kids to learn about financial literacy, don't forget we invented financial flashcards for children and financial workbooks for children. So you can go to financialflashcards.com and check out the flashcards, or financialworkbooks.com and check out the workbooks. So that's a lot of information, but I hope that this helps you. And remember, my goal is not just to talk to you. My goal is to hopefully get you to change something about your day-to-day choices. But again, at the end of the day, it's always your decision. It's always your decision. Do not change your life or change something important to you because I said it. Change it. If you change it because of something I said, let me be an advisor and take this information, and then you make the final decision and you make that move, because you're going to experience the benefits or the consequences of that choice. Not me, not anybody else, not your parents, nobody. You make the decisions in your own life, and stop comparing yourself to other people. It feels like you should be doing it, but you really shouldn't be doing it, because it'll only drive you crazy. Because half these motherfuckers on social media are lying. Am I right or am I right? Tell me yes or no if you agree with me. That so many people on social media are lying. They're photoshopping their pictures. They're pretending to have money they ain't got. They're pretending to drive cars that don't belong to them. There was some Negro, I kid you not, there was some raggedy Negro who was dating LeBron's mama. Does anybody? I don't know if anybody remembers that, but this guy was dating LeBron's mama. And he was literally he's a broke ass rap star. The black community has, there's some certain things we don't have, but one thing we'll never run out of, we'll always have an oversupply of broke rappers, broke 40-year-old rappers, right? And so this guy's a broke ass rapper who's dating LeBron's mama. So you know what this Negro would do? He would go in front of LeBron's plane and snap a selfie. He would go in front of LeBron's Porsche and take a picture of himself in front of LeBron's Porsche. Like that is about the most pathetic, immature shit I've ever seen. Like, but that's that Negroidian culture that's been fed to you through hip hop and all this other stuff. People are like, well, why should I actually make it when I can? Why should I make it, and why should I fake it till I make it when I can just fake it till I fake it some more? Like, I can just live my whole life as a fake and as a fraud, right? That's what people do. They're like, I'm not gonna fake it till I make it. I'm just gonna fake it and fake it again and keep faking it, because faking it is a lot easier than actually doing the work and putting in the time and putting in the grind necessary to become truly successful. So I'm just telling you, substance should matter more than flash. But there are a lot of people who don't believe in substance. They're like, well, why should I go for the substance? Substance takes work. Why not just go for the flash, right? The flash is easy. You can create that artificially on social media. Don't go for the flash in your life. Go for the substance. Go for real success. Go know what that really feels like, to really know your bills are paid because you really got enough money in your account. Know what it's like to know that you're really building wealth for your family. Know what it's like to really have a career that you are satisfied and happy with. Know these things. This is a wonderful feeling. And I can tell you, I can really say, as a person who, who's very careful about how I make every choice in my life, I'm actually quite happy with my life. I feel comfortable giving you this advice because when I say I'm happy, that means I wake up and I roll out of bed with a smile every morning. The only time I frown is when my legs are sore like they are today because I ran 8 miles last night. Alicia made me run 8 miles for this marathon. That's why I grimaced a little. I was like, but you know what? Because I chose to pick the life that I wanted, I could have rolled back in the bed and went right back to sleep, which is actually what I did until about 8:30 this morning. I got up at 5:30, but I was like, no, I don't want to get up. I'm gonna go right back to bed. So find your bliss. Find out what's gonna make you happy. Pursue that. Pursue it in a vacuum. Stop worrying about what other people have to say about it, and stop comparing yourself to other people, because comparing to other people is a great way to feel stressed out and to feel part of this stupid rat race of a life that people live that ends up making them miserable, stressed out, and unhappy. Find your happiness. That is more important than money. It is more important than anything else. Is more important than status or clout or anything. If you can't find your peace, you're not going to be good. So find your peace, find your happiness. And then if you want to go buy you a Porsche too and flex on Instagram, I ain't even gonna stop you. I'll be giving you little thumbs up and hitting the fire button like when I see you posing in your Porsche. So I'm not even gonna hate you for that. But as long as you find your happiness first, we're good. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, the share button. Also, if you want to support intelligent Black media, feel free. I'd love to have you as a patron on our platform. The URL to become a patron and a supporter is intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. That's our league of intelligent Black people. So we are taking over the world and doing the damn thing. And I do content every day because every day we're getting thousands of subscribers a week. And my goal is to have millions and millions and millions of Black people around the world getting an opportunity to actually hear from Black people who are not going to fill your brain with poison and ignorance, but fill your brain with possibility, strength, intelligence, and capability, and wealth, and all these other things that you might want out of life. That's what we do. That's what I'm about. That's who I am. That's what it is. All right, so guys, have a good day. I'll see you soon, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.